Hi friends, welcome to Azure live session and welcome to Kalanjam tutorials. In this session, we are going to discuss about the important topics, some of the important areas which is related to Azure. And let's start the session. And we have a few major topics like introduction to Azure, free services and pricing calculator, subscription types, and EA portal, new user creation in Azure portal, Azure AD SSO login setup, Key Vault and benefits, Azure storage and types, SQL database creation and migration assistant tool, Azure RedisCache and SendGrid. We'll go into the topic. The first thing we'll go for Azure introduction. Okay, Azure is the one of the cloud platform company in market. It is famous and it is with Azure you can create the services and resources by using the web interface. Okay, and you can create whatever you want it like you if you want it you can create the VM, if you want you can create the storage account, and if you want to create some SQL database or anything you want it, so you can create it from uh, you can create it. Just if you have any doubts, just leave the message in the chat box. So I will answer for your questions. And Microsoft Azure is a cloud platform, and then it was launched on first 2010. It is the main computer. It's later than our main computer AWS, and our Azure service is used in 500 companies. 80% of the Fortune 500 companies are using our Azure services. Azure supports multiple programming language including Java, Node.js, and C Sharp, and many of the things. And Azure has more data center than any other cloud having compared to AWS and Google Cloud because it has 58 regions and 12 regions will be open soon. Okay, because which is does not have a other Google Cloud, other clouds like AWS and Google Cloud. Now you can see GCP was launched on 2018, sorry 2008, and Azure was launched on 2010, and AWS launched on 2006. And we Azure is later than other clouds like GCP and AWS. And few of the famous cloud providers in the market: Amazon Web Service, IBM, VMware, Google Cloud Platform, Rockspace, and you might not be aware about the Alibaba, so which is China based, but it is very famous in Bangalore side. So Bangalore side and other areas, so they are using the Alibaba. If you talk about the market share, Azure is having 28.1% of the market share, and it has 200 plus services. And when you go to the AWS, it has 37.1% of the market share and total service around like 212. And then if you go for GCP, it's around 16.5 percentage and total services 90. Other cloud providers having the rest of the share of cloud providers. And then next, cloud delivery models. If you talk about cloud delivery models, if you are working, you basically why we go for cloud. If you have a own data center with you, you have many things to manage in your place. Like you have to have a physical place to have the servers, and you have to maintain 100% of bandwidth of your network and electricity and the hardware failures. For everything, you need an engineer, right, to make the everything. And you have to put more resources to manage the resources. That's the reason everyone will move to cloud. Okay, when you go to on-premises, you have to manage applications, data, runtime, middleware, OS, virtualization, servers, storage, networking, so which is marked in the blue, the first one. When you go to the cloud, it might be any cloud. Okay, you can go to Azure or you can go to AWS or you can go to GCP. There are three types of services available: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. Okay, in that you will be taking care of applications, data, runtime, middleware, OS. Okay, applications means like you might be developing in some other technology, or you might be developed in Java, you might be developed in Python, you might be developed in any other language. The application might be. It is taken care by us. That's it. And data like SQL or Oracle, you will be storing the data into our database. And then go to the runtime. Whenever you go in the server, you have to set up the runtime installation. Like if you are using .NET framework, you have to install the .NET framework software in the server. If you go for Java, you have to install JDK. If you go for Python, you have to install the Python runtime file. Wherever you go, you have to maintain the runtime in your own. So that's the reason when you go for infrastructure as a service, you have to maintain the runtime setup on your own. And then middleware. Middleware is nothing but when when you are developing the application, so you have to host it somewhere, right? So if you are developing a web application or API, or it might be Angular, any kind of applications, you will be hosting in IaaS or Apache or Nginx. There are many hosting softwares available in the market. You will be hosting in that. In that case, you should have the person to the managing the hosting services. So that for that you have to have a middleware. And then OS. If you go for OS, like if you go for server physical servers, you have to purchase the Windows license. Same way for infrastructure as a service, you have to pay for the OS as well. But it all around the cost of everything infrastructure as a service. And if you go for other thing, virtualization, servers, storage, network will be taken care by Microsoft. Virtualization, server, storage, networking means like network bandwidth, and then servers, hardwares, racks, and everything will be taken care by Azure. In that case, we have a 50% of risk which we have to take care of: runtime, middleware, and OS patching and everything. When you go to platform as a service, you will be maintaining only applications and data. So you are going to develop the applications, and you are going to store the data in the some database or storage. But when go to the infrastructure as a service, you have to maintain the runtime, middleware, OS. But when you go to the platform as a service, Microsoft will be taking care by runtime, middleware, OS, virtualization, servers, storage, network, and everything. Okay. In this case, so you no need to care about runtime middleware. So if you are developing in .NET Framework 4.7.2, you can select it in the drop down in the app service where you can host your application. Okay, then only you have to develop and you have to build the package and you have to host it in the application service. That's it. And all the cloud providers suggesting to use the customized servers which is provided by the cloud computing platform, because when you go to the server, there are some services not applicable to it. Sample, you can take application insight. It's one of the best service which is offered in the PaaS, platform as a service, because platform as a service in that, so you have a you can, if any application logs or any long running logs or anything comes, so it will be logged through application insights, but it will not happen in the infrastructure as a service because we don't have a application insights in the infrastructure as a service. When you go to the software as a service, so in that case, you will be purchasing the application from the Microsoft, like you Microsoft Office 365, Microsoft Dynamics kind of application you will purchase, and you will configure it and you will use it. Okay, it's just everything will be taken care by Microsoft. Only you are going to use it in your own purpose. That's it. But when you are managing on premises, you have to take more risk when it comes to security level. Like you have to patch it you will be getting the security patches and everything day to day or weekly or monthly and any time. So you have to manage everything. But when it go to the cloud, it's everything is a automation accounts. Okay, you no need to take care of everything. So it will be taken care by our cloud service provider, Azure. Cloud computing deployment models. Okay, when you talk about cloud computing deployment models, okay, there are many types of deployments available. Nothing but deployments is so public cloud. If you go for public cloud, so take it Azure, GoDaddy, and then AWS, Google. These are the public providers because when you host the data to other cloud providers, so it is a public one. So we talk about public means we can have to think about Azure and AWS, Google are the public providers because all the organization whoever is interested they can log in or they can sign up the portal and they can get the subscription and they can host the application in the Azure or AWS, Google or anywhere. Okay, this cloud deployment model available for all the providers, cloud providers, because the same way everyone will deploy the applications. Then when you go to private cloud, it is nothing but take it sample a company is having their own data center. They're going to use it for their own purpose in the cloud. Like they will be using the web or some web interface. They can manage the application. So it is called private. Sample you can take our MNC companies. So they will be having their own data centers and they will be hosting it for their own purpose. And the client is needs, so they will host it in the private cloud. Okay, if you take on-site or off-site, so that way it works, private cloud. But private cloud will not be shared with anybody. Only it is applicable when it goes to Azure and AWS public cloud. Private cloud is for organization will maintain all the infrastructure, everything by their own risk. Then there are two more types, deployment types. When you get hybrid cloud, you can take it. It's a mixture of public cloud and private cloud. Because why public cloud? If you take bank and insurance companies, they have a many application which is secured and non-secured. Okay, if you talk about customer data, so it should be in the secured way because if your customer data or your uh, healthy things like you can take as medical things. Okay, if they share everything to our all the public. So if AWS or Microsoft shares the information about you, your medical information to everyone, it will be risky because when it comes to market or anywhere, so your secrets will be released with everyone. So in that case, what they will do, the customer secret data and everything they will host it in the private cloud and other non-secret information they will host it in the public cloud. Okay, 50-50 share. It's a 50-50 share. So that we used to call as a hybrid cloud. When you go to the community cloud is nothing but so when you have a community like Facebook or YouTube, or you can take it our Facebook groups, or it's like a some kind of community. If you take it, VJ is also one of the community which they develop. So same kind of the community for the particular community, you will create the infrastructure services and you will share it with the community organizations. So that we used to call as a community cloud. Okay, benefits of the cloud computing. It's a very flexible disaster recovery, automatic update, software updates, pay you as a go, in, increased collaboration and document control, and then security, and then location independent. Okay, many of the things available. So when you go for flexibility, thing is why flexibility? So if you want to create your own infrastructure, you have to get the some physical place and you have to purchase the hardwares and everything and you have to construct your own server with your own risk. But when you go to the cloud, so all the things are already constructed. you are just need to sign up the portal and you have to create the resources which you want. Like it might be storage, it might be virtual machine, it might be your network, or it might be your SQL database, can be anything. Okay, you can create it within a minute or within a 5 minutes with a flexible way. But when it comes to our own on-premises servers, so it will be very risky when it goes to the hardware failures or anything. Next thing, disaster recovery. Disaster recovery. So there are some situation, flood or anything comes, so you will be in a risk to take care of your servers and everything. But when it goes to Microsoft, they have a replication mechanism where they can replicate your data into some nearest data center which is available near to you. Okay, they will replicate your whole data and they will keep it in the secured way. So in that case, if any one of the place affected with the disaster recovery, so they can point out to the other data center which is nearest to you where the backup has been done. That automatic updates. Okay, automatic update is nothing but, so you have a SQL server, you have virtual machine, you have SQL, Oracle database or anything, that everything has a security updates, like for antivirus updates, and you will be getting the Windows updates and everything, right? Security patches. So it automatically updated in the cloud computing. But when it goes to on-premises, you have to update manually and you have to get the approval on many things from the client when it go to the client picture. So if anything goes risk, so you have to take care in the on-premises. When it goes to cloud, it will be taken care by Microsoft, and then you will be getting the patches and you can schedule the job on the non-business hours. You might go to sleep or you can do anything whatever you want. You can schedule it and you can go away. And then if anything happened in the automatic software updates, if failed or backup failed or anything happened, so you will get the alert or you will be having a support team where they will reach you on the failures. And pay as a go service. When you go to pay as a go, we'll talk about on-premises and pay-as-you-go. When you go to on-premises, if you need a server for 10 days, so what you will do, you will get a place and you will get a electricity and you will get a network bandwidth and everything, and you have to pay for it very, very big price. But when it go to cloud, it's just you need to sign up, and once your work is done, you can delete the resources and you can uh, delete all the resources and you can deactivate your account as well. In that case, you will be using very less money in that case. That's the reason people used to go for pay as a go. Pay as a go, like just you have, if you are sample, you can take it. If you are using 8 core VM or 10 core VM, it's just for 1 hour, it's 8 rupees. But when it goes to on premises, you cannot purchase in the 8 rupees, right? That's the benefit you are getting from the cloud. Increased collaboration. Increased collaboration means there are many of them will collaborate with the cloud. Document control. Your document will be in control. Security. Secure device, there are very secure than our on-premises, because when you go to the on-premises, you have to keep everything. So if any theft or anything happen, so you have to take care of it. But everything will be taken care by Microsoft in the cloud side. So in that way, its security also it's very good, and location independent. It's not location. It's a, when you go to the on premises, you have to get the location which is nearest to you, and you have to build, and you might get the physical place where you can construct your servers and everything. But when it go to the cloud, you no need to worry about the place because it will be taken care by Microsoft. You can choose the place wherever you want it. Example, you can take it India. There are four data centers available: Chennai, Hyderabad, and Mumbai and Delhi. Okay, there are multiple places available. So you can choose the data center which is nearest to you. So it is location independent as well. So we can take it out wherever you want it. And then when you go to Azure subscription limitations, okay, for each and every cloud, there's a limitations available. Okay, if you are creating one subscription, is nothing but where you are going to create your resources and everything. Okay, I will let you know guys in the later session what is subscription. I will show you in the portal. Okay. If you have any doubts, just put it in the chat box. I will let you know in the end of the session. Okay. Thank you guys. And these are the Azure subscription limitations. And you can go to CPU cores per subscription. You can create 20 cores. That's it. If it goes max on 20, and you have to contact the support person from the Microsoft. And administrator per subscription, you can create unlimited. Resource groups per subscription, it's 800. Max is 800. The same way, everything have a limitations. You might have a question. If we cross this one, what you will do? You might need to purchase one more subscription add on it. That's it. So you are not going to do anything with the old subscription if you cross these limits, because each subscription have their own limits. Next, Azure service and free services. When you talk about Azure services and free services, we have around 200 plus services in Azure. In that, there are 12-month free services and lifetime free services also available. So we'll see what are the services available in our thing. So this is the where you will create the free trial subscription. You can start on the free trial and you can create it. There are one more video available which is in my YouTube channel. You can see the sign up process there. Okay, and you can go to the thing. You will be getting a 12-month of popular free services and then 13,300 rupees INR. You will get the credit. In that case, if you talk about dollars, you will get $220 for the free subscription, and there are 25 services always free. Okay, this 13,300 rupees you can use it for 30 days and you can create whatever you want it, like you want VM or you want it storage account or you want it AD or anything. You can create it in the 1 month and you can learn it. This is for just for your learning purpose, not for your company purpose. You can use this free trial subscription and you can learn as much you can. Okay, then there are 12 month free subscription, free popular services available, like managed disk. You can take 64 GB to for the SSD drive. Okay, for this is for 12 months only. After 12 months it will be cost. Blob storage 5 GB you can take it. LRS hot block. Okay, I will tell you what is hot log and hot block and everything. And then file storage, you can take it 5 GB, and then SQL database, you can use it up to 250 GB up to 12 months. Bandwidth, you can take it 15 GB of outbound, and then computer vision will be 5,000 transaction, and there are some almost around 25 services available. There are 12 months free. Okay, this and all 12 months free. And if you go for this is always free. Okay, like a 5 GB of Azure Cosmo DB, 10 web app API apps, app service compute app, function apps, I think 10 lakhs, 10 millions requests per month, and even grid, Azure Kubernetes services, and test labs, and everything is available. So these are the lifetime available. So you can click on it, you will see the full list of free services which is available in the Azure. And you can click 12 months free services from the service. And then next we can go to free services. We talked about Azure services and free services. Next, if we talk about Azure pricing calculator. Azure pricing calculator is nothing but when you go for Azure, you might not aware what is the cost you are paying for your resources. So in that case, we have a Azure pricing calculator which work in the pay you as you go in that way. Okay, so I will show you where you can go to the Azure pricing calculator. There are one more tab. I open it. So it's not. It is very easy to go to the pricing calculator. Just you go on Google, search it, pricing calculator, Azure pricing calculator. It will take to you in the. pricing calculator website. Okay, and here there are many things available, so you can check, you can get the quotation for your virtual machines and everything. Okay, you can click on the, if you want to create your virtual machine, just click on it, so it automatically adds into the portal, and you can see in the down which region you want it. So you can go here and check it which region you want. I want Central India, and then Windows OS, with OS only or with Pistock or SQL Server, or you want it in a standard. And there are plans also available. You can choose you want the 2 virtual machine or 5 virtual machines. So if you want 5, and then how many months you want it, okay, that also you can mention it. You want it in pay as a go, license included, Azure hybrid cloud benefit, and there are other things also available. Then you can see the managed disk you want it or unmanaged disk you want it also, you can do it. Managed disk mean SSD, unmanaged disk mean HDD. Okay, other things also available. Disk size on everything is available here. And then storage transactions, there are 100 transactions per unit, and there are some other things also available. Included support, you want it developer, standard, professional. There are some things also available. And programmer offers also available. And you will be getting it for a month, $719. So if you want it in INR, you can change it to INR, Indian rupee. Yeah, click on Indian rupee, and it's around 50,000, nearly approximately. If you want it, you can save it, or if you want to share it with anybody, you can share it. If you want to export also, you can do it in the Excel. You can open it and see it, because this will be useful when your client or anyone want the quotation of your uh, portion. Like if you, the client is asking for 100 GB of RAM and 1000 GB of hard disk. So these are the configuration which I want the approximate quotation for year, how much cost will comes. Okay, in that case you can use this pricing calculator, and you can export and you can send it to the client, and you can easily use this one. And here all the services of Azure will be listed here: storage account, networking, computing, mobile, container, database. For everything, Azure calculator having the prices and everything. And then analytics, AI and machine learning, IoT, for everything we have a pricing things here. Okay, for this, if you want to configure it in your application also, you can configure. There is a API available, you can check it in the website. Okay, you can consume the API of Azure pricing calculator, and you can use it in your organization if you want it, because some of the clients they want it in their sites. So if you want to configure that API, you can use this Azure pricing calculator API to consume the data. Okay, okay, this is what Azure pricing calculator. Azure subscription types. Okay, when what is a subscription? You might be thinking nothing, but without subscription you cannot do anything with the Azure. So if you log into the portal.azure.com, you have to sign up, and you will be assigned on subscription based on your selection. It might be free trial, it might be pay as you go, it might be enterprise, or it might be MSDN subscription. There are 4 types of subscriptions available. We'll see in the next slide. See, free trial. Okay, Azure offers 1 month free trial for any new customer and provide credits 13,300, which we saw in the portal, right? The same way we have around, you will get 13,300 INR for your free credit, and you can create the Azure services based on including, you can see it, virtual machines, websites, cloud services, and then mobile services, storage, SQL database, content delivery network, HT insights. These are all services you can use it in the free trial. The next one is pay you as a go. Pay as a go. Like this is nothing but there is one more subscription type. Okay, this offer built at the standard pay as a go. We saw the pricing calculator, right? The same way it works. Okay, if you get if you are using uh, 1 hour virtual machine of Azure, so you will be you will be getting cost around 8 rupees or like point something dollars. Okay, the same way it works. Okay, and then there is a two more subscription available, which is MSDN and Enterprise. Okay, MSDN subscription is nothing but if this is included with your Microsoft products like Office 365 and then your Microsoft Dynamics and all those things. Okay, it offers with Microsoft products. Okay, when you go to enterprise, it's a agreement based subscription. Okay, this includes there are EA portal options also, but when you go to the pay as you go MSDN free trial, you will not have a option EA portal. Okay, this EA portal to maintain your subscriptions, payments, and your security related transactions. Okay, this is a agreement based. You have to sign up the agreement with Microsoft stating that so you are in the Microsoft partner kind of thing. So you will be getting subscription based on your agreement. EA portal. When you come to EA portal, but I don't have access to the EA portal because I'm pay as a go user. That's the reason I don't have access to the EA portal. If you are EA portal, there is a URL available ea.azure.com. So you can go to the link and you can see transactions of your user creations and user deletion and email alert creation and payment related information and everything. Okay, when it comes to the EA portal, there are four roles available in the Azure enterprise roles. One is enterprise admin, the next is department admin, and the next one is account admin, and then fourth one is service admin. Okay, the four roles available. Enterprise admin means like enterprise is the super admin for the Azure portal like ea.azure.com. Okay, in that, so when it comes to enterprise admin, department admin or account owner cannot create a even one virtual machine or storage account. Okay, they can administrate the Azure portal and EA portal. That's it. They can't do any resource creations like storage creation, SQL database creation, RedisCache creation, and all those stuffs. Okay, enterprise admin is the highest role in the Azure portal. The next one is department admin. Department admin, it's an optional one. If it is required, you can create it. Otherwise, you can remove it. Department admin is nothing but if you have a HR department or if you have a IT department or if you have a marketing department, based on your department wise, you can segregate the your subscriptions because the organization might have 100 types of 100 subscriptions. So 100 subscription cannot be handled by enterprise admin. It will be separate to each department. The each department head will be taking care by the subscription. And then under department admin, you will be having a account owner. For that, you have a account.windowsazure.com. This account owner will take care of your payments of your subscription, creating your admin and co-admin, and creating your roles and everything will be taken care by account owner. And you can see the roles in the down the blue box. And the service admin. Here is the main role which is showing in the portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com, you can create anything with using the service admin. Service admin is the super admin in the portal.azure.com. When you go to ea.azure.com, enterprise admin is the super admin. But when it comes to service admin, portal.azure.com is the site. Okay, in the portal.azure.com only, you will be creating all the VMs and everything. Okay, I hope you guys understood very well. I'm just telling everyone to hi, thanks, and we'll go to the next topic. And this way it works. See, enterprise, functional, business division, geography wise, it is separated. And then when it comes to department, finance, marketing, auto, aerospace, North America, Europe. When it comes to accounts, admin 1, admin 2, admin 1, admin 2, the same way it is separated for functional, business, and geographic. And the next one is subscription. project on subscription, testing on subscription, production on subscription. When it comes to business division, application 1, application 2, application 3, there are 3 subscriptions. Geographic, project 1, project 2, project 3. This way, this Azure department account subscription methodology works. This is the portal, eaportal.com, because currently I don't have any access to this. So that's why I just have a screenshot here. So you can see it. Here only you will enroll the users and everything. You will enroll the subscription and you will enroll the department accounts, everything in this portal. And you will be having a notification and reports and each and everything from the portal. Next, we'll get into the portal and we'll see what all the things is available. So when you type portal.azure.com, and it automatically, if you have a sign up ID, so you can log in. If you don't have sign up, just go on, see my earlier video. In that video I explained how to sign up and all those stuff. It's very easy. You should have an email ID. It can be Gmail or it can be anything. And if you have Outlook or live.in, it's good. Otherwise you can use the Gmail ID alone. And if you have a GitHub account also, you can use the GitHub. And then just I have already account with me and I'm using it. This is a portal, so where you can uh, create the Azure resources. Okay, like resource groups and all those services will be there. In the left side, there is a hide panel will be there. In that, you can see there are services. You can go to the home. This will be the home of yours, and you can go to the dashboard. So in the dashboard, I don't have anything because mine is pay as you go. I'm just using for my training purpose, so I don't have anything in my thing. And then you can go to all services. Okay, you can see it categorized based on the services: general, computing, network, and storage, web, mobile, container, database, analytics, blockchain, AI and machine learning. It is listed based on your categories. And then you can see if you want virtual machine, just keep the cursor and you can see the star. If you click on the star, it automatically pinned in the panel. Okay, you can remove it and you can pin it. So if I don't want this CDN profile, I can, sorry, I went to the product. So I don't want CDN means, so you can just type CDN. Sorry, it is in the compute service. You have to go in the all services and CDN. You can see CDN. So it's already pinned. So if you click on this, it will remove from the pinned folder. It's like a sticky notes kind of thing. Like you can pin it in the start menu, right? The same way you can pin it in the left side panel. And then here you can see CDN is removed from the left side panel. If you want again, you can go here and you can just click on it. So it will be listed in the last. Okay, CDN profile is listed. If I want web application WAF, okay, just click on it. You will be listed in the last. So you can pin it which you are using in regular basis. Okay, and then all services and containers and mobile, web, storage, further everything is there. So in your organization, which service you are using in best way, so you can use it from here. And then when you talk about portal, there are some settings also available. The payment information, everything will be there. Okay, you can go to permissions or something, like you can go do it and go to my Microsoft account. It will redirect to your account and you can see the payment account and everything here. See, I am using my Visa card and everything. So it's logged into. it is logged into multiple devices. So I have it everything, payment information and everything. So I'm closing this. And if you want to go to your pay bill and you can go the subscription. There is a one more thing available. I'm talking about subscription, right? So when you come to here, I changed the name as a Microsoft Enterprise Admin, but this is not Microsoft Enterprise Admin. This is pay as you go subscription, and you will be having a unique identifier for your subscription ID, and your role will be by default account admin. Okay, when it comes to free trial, pay as you go or MSDN, two roles is applicable. When it goes to enterprise admin, it is four role applicable. Okay, when come to portal, you will be having two roles, which is account admin and service admin. By default, whatever ID you are creating, right, the ID will be having account admin as well as service admin. Okay, then you can click on, you can see the current cost and everything. Just click on the subscription and you can see the bill, and if you don't want, you can cancel the subscription. If you want to see payment information and what are the things it charged in the last month and everything, you can see it in the manage manage option. And here offer, which offer I'm using, and cost, last month how much I used, and activity log. So this activity log helps you about your transaction of subscription. So suppose if anything is changed or anything happened in your subscription, like suppose anyone by mistake it's someone deleted your resources or something, so you can track it through the activity log. Okay, in the activity log you can see it. Okay, and then if you go the access control IAM, this is a place where you will give this is a place where you will give the access to the third person or within your organization, or if you are in free trial also, if you have A1, A2, A3, A4, 5 persons. Okay, you can create, one person can subscribe or sign up, and among 5 members you can create new users and you can split among yourself and you can use it. And the next month another person can sign up and you can use it in between to us. And the next month there is another person can sign up and you can use it in between to us. Okay, this way you can, if 5 person is there, you can use it for 5 months as a free trial. Okay, I will show you how to use that on in the next thing. Okay, and then you can talk about the cost analysis and everything will be there. It will advisor recommendations and everything will be there. So here they will recommend you which option you can choose it and everything. And then invoice, and then see invoice information, how much I paid for the last few months of the bill. It's here, you can email this thing. And then external services and payment methods and partner information. If you have any partner ID, so you can put the Microsoft partner ID here and you can use the subscription. 1 minute, I'll have water. And then here you can manage your certificates and resource providers. This is one of the important place where you have to register your resource providers. So suppose you are using a Active Directory, or suppose you are using CDN, or you are using some compute services, you have to register it, because nowadays it's not registered automatically. When I did the sign up, it automatically registered, but nowadays there are some resource providers are not getting registered automatically. You have to register it. You can see the not registered things. Okay, Azure Data, Azure Stack. So these are the non-registered providers for me. Okay, if I want to register it, so just click on and register it. Just see data box or any free service, I will register it. Device. Okay, if you want to register it, just click on the register or automatically register your subscription. See, it's changing to registering more. Okay, if you don't want also, you can unregister it, but for this there is no cost. it is not chargeable. Okay, you are just registering the services which you want it for your organization. That's it. You are not doing anything with the providers, just registering for your thing. And deployments, these are the things will be available in your subscription. Okay, if you want to have a Azure thing, and you have to do the Azure subscription sign up. Without that, you cannot do anything with the Azure. So you should have a subscription, and you can using the web, you can create the resources how much you want it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you some of the security things. Okay. You can sign me out if I'm 15 minutes I'm in the idle state. And you want dashboard in the default one, and you can click on the dashboard, or if you want the home when you log in, this will be a default view for you. And then choose default mode of portal menu. Talked. If you want click on talked, so it will be pinned by default. So if you don't want fly out, let it be fly out. I'm going to click on talked out, so I can easily without going and you can use it. See, this way you can see it. So this will be talked. So this will be and theme whichever you want it, you can select high contrast, white or black, which you want it, you can select it. And language and region, I wanted English and I choose English. United States, if you can choose India also. English India also will be there. So you can choose the English India or whichever region is required. So I'm just leaving it as it is. So I'm not going to change. And here one of the cloud cell is available for you, which where you can use it and you can do the PowerShell scripts here. Okay. If you are using Chromebook or other non-PowerShell OS versions, so you can use this and you can run the PowerShell scripts and you can run the command script and you can run the bash scripts and everything. Okay, but for this you need a temporary storage account. We have to create this temporary storage account, but as per my suggestion, it's not that friendly to handle it in the Azure Cloud Shell because it's not, you cannot paste the big PowerShell scripts or some kind of uh, scripts you will be having it, right? So template kind of script, so they cannot, we cannot paste it, so it is very difficult to handle it in the Azure inbuilt cloud shell. But when it go to your local PowerShell, it's very easy. You have a PowerShell ISE, so where you can paste the script and run it. This is the local PowerShell where you can paste it. Big script also you can do it. And I'm closing this because it's not required for me. Next, let's see how to create the user in portal. Okay, for that we have to go to the Azure Active Directory. Okay, just take a look. This is might be useful for when you are learning in your learning stage because there are might be 100% might be trying to learn. So discuss among yourself and use the free trial and create the users and share it with yourself. Okay. So I'm going to create the users. So just sorry, Azure Active Directory and click on users. This is the Active Directory which is inbuilt. Okay, which will be created when you sign up your subscription. And then here you can click on new user and you can access it. There is a create new user and the domain will be your ID, yuvraj8747 outlook dot on microsoft.com, and then username can be A1 or anything which is available. Okay, it's available. Name A1. I'm just giving the sample name A1. Last name also A1 I'm giving. If you want auto generated password, you can take it, or if you want, you can take the, you can create the password as well. I'm just taking the password, but this username I will delete it, guys. Okay, you cannot use it for your own purpose. This is the password which I got it, and then no need to select other things. Just click on the create. The user will be created automatically. and then just see this is your information. So if you are working in the company, you might not be, if you are not working in the company, you might not be aware this job information, settings, contact information. But if you are working in the company, you can see in the teams and links, right? So you can see the which department you are belonging to and which job title, and you are working under which supervisor or manager, and settings, contact information which will be available in the our Active Directory. Okay, so guys, I know you guys are pinging. I will answer all your questions in the end of the sessions in the same chat window. Okay, sorry for the delay. And then you can reset your password if you want. You can delete the password, and whatever you wanted, you can do it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to give access to the this user. This is my user now. Okay, and password also I have created it. I'm just keeping in a PowerShell. Okay, I don't want to open the Notepad++ or something. Just I opened it here, and then go to your subscription. Where is my subscription? Yeah, here it is. Just click on the subscription, go to the enterprise admin. You can see this access control IAM. Okay, access control IAM, and then I'm just making it small, and there is an option add role assignment. Okay, just click on the add role assignment, and then here you can see which I created the ID name called A1. It's listing it down. So you can see all the IDs and all the resource group which is available here, and just click on it and which role you are going to give. So owner or contributor or just reader to the subscription. You have multiple roles here which is suitable for you. Just give it to the person, and I'm going to give the owner permission and save it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to the private window and go to login portal.azure.com. I'm using the ID which I created. Next, the password which I'm using it for, and sign in. The first login you have to change the password. I'm just adding one in the last and sign in. Okay, take the screenshots if you want, but I'm going to delete it, guys. Okay, yes, and here we are. See, you have a subscription and everything with you. See, subscription, but the role will be different. When I logged in, I'm the I'm the account admin. But when A1 user logged in, he is the owner. Okay, he is not the, its owner is kind of co-administrator. Okay, where you can access all the things and you can delete it and you can see all the information. And now this user can also see the all the informations of like payment, and this user also can create everything. Okay, and this way you can create the user and you can share it among with yourself and you can use it. Okay, one other question, the max user, how many max user can be created? It can be any number of users can be created. It's not, there is no limitations. You can create a number of users. Okay, and this way you can share your ID with your friends and everyone, and you can learn it, because you don't want to waste the money, right? If 10 member is there, so 10 members can sign up at the same time and wasting the money. Instead of, you can discuss among yourself, you can create one you can sign up on subscription and share with among yourself by creating the ID. In that case, you will not sharing your ID as well, and you are taking care of everything, and you can create all the things. Okay, And then you can create the with many roles. Just make sure go to the subscription, click on the subscription, access control, and add role assignment. Here you will get the user IDs, and you have to select the role as well. Okay, you can select the role which you want it. Okay, you already have it A1, so if you want you can remove it. So if you want to change the role also, you can change it by choosing the other role. Okay, I think you guys must be understood how to create the new user in the portal. If you have any doubts, please leave it in the chat window. I will let you know, guys. The next thing, new user is created. Next is Azure AD SSO login setup. So this login setup, it's very easy. Okay, when it comes to SSO login, okay, SSO login is nothing but single sign-on authentication. Okay, single sign-on authentication means like you will be having some portal. So you have 100 applications. For 100 application, you will be signing in one place. Okay, so how you have Amazon Prime and Amazon e-commerce website, both you having only one login, right? But you will be signing up in the one place, right? The same way it works. Okay, if you same way you might have 100 applications in your portal. So for that you will have to log in based on the token, right? For that SSO login will be used. The earlier thing, so we don't have SSO login in the Microsoft, so we have to authenticate and we have to create the token and based on our code only. We have to write a number of code and we have to use it. In that case, now we have a SSO login with our Microsoft account itself. Okay, and then where you have to go and you have to create the SSO login, you can go to the Active Directory link. I'm just maximizing this, and you can go to the Active Directory and you can see there is an option available in the Active Directory, app registration. Okay, here you will get two things. One is client ID, tenant ID, and the URL. Okay, based on that you will be creating your SSO tokens. Okay, SSO tokens is nothing but you are logging in with the IDs. And then name of the app, so click on add, you can create the new application registration and test. And then see here single tenant, multi-tenant, and multi-tenant with personal Microsoft account. It's nothing but single tenant means each and every Active Directory having a tenant ID. The same way, the application can be used from multiple domains. Like if you take companies, so they will be having a multiple Active Directory settings. In that case, you will use multiple tenant. And then currently I have only one tenant, I'm using single tenant. And then if you go for multi-tenant with personal Microsoft account, it is nothing but your outlook.com or live.in or hotmail. This is your Microsoft accounts. I'm using single tenant and redirect URI. So redirect URI will be based on your application. Suppose I have a kalanjiumtutorials.com. After login, you should be it could go to the kalanjiumtutorials.com. The redirect URL we have to mention it here. As of now, I'm leaving it as it is. And this is the application ID and tenant ID. So tenant ID will be same for all the application which you are creating here because you have only one Active Directory. That's the reason we have only one tenant ID. Application ID will vary because for each and every application you will be getting one client ID. You can leave out the object ID and add ID URI, redirect URI and everything. You can add it here once you done. So here you can add it whatever you want it because you might not be thinking we can't add it once the registration is done. So you can create it whenever you want it. And here our application is created. Just click on it, everything is there. Okay, using this tenant ID and object ID, you can log into the application. I will show you the setup of in Visual Studio itself. I have a Visual Studio with me. I'm going to create a new project here, and then I'm using ASP.NET Web Application, App Sample, and then next create, and I'm going to access the MVC application with sample one. This authentication is there. I'm going to change it to work or school authentication. In that, I will get my Microsoft account as a my account. Okay, my ID I'm getting it. See, Yuvraj8747 Outlook dot on Microsoft.com, because I already logged into the Visual Studio. That's the reason I'm getting it. If you are newly logging in, so you have to sign in and you have to provide the information to get this information, and then click on OK, and now it's added with the Yuvraj8747 Outlook on Microsoft.com, and then click on create. Let's wait for a minute. It's getting created. Okay, now your application is ready and automatically created. Let's see here, go to the web config and see here client ID, AD instance is nothing but login.microsoftonline.com. When you want to log in, right, it will rewrite to online.microsoftonline.com, and the domain will be uraj8747 outlook on microsoft.com, and tenant ID and post logout URL, it will rewrite to the same URL. So if you want, the URL need to be changed here based on according to your requirement, and then client ID and everything is there. And for accessing this, you can go to the app start and you can see startup authentication. That was one class is created. So here you can see we are getting the client ID, AD instance and tenant ID, post logout URL and everything, and we are authenticating, and we are using Ovin security NuGet packages to authenticate the application. And the same way you are calling it and you are accessing it. Now you run the application, it will ask for the username and password. And one more thing, you can log in with the user of who is belonging to my tenant ID. Everyone can log in and they can see the application. But you can restrict based on the roles in the backend. And then now I'm going to log in with my ID here. See, it automatically log in with my ID. It's on. I already logged in, so I'm just taking it. Hit accept. Click on accept. See, I have my ID is here, sign out, home. I'm into my application. This way you can do the SSO login. Okay. In the earlier thing, you have to install many NuGet packages. You have to write 1,000 lines of code, and you have to manage the security and policies and everything. But nowadays, it's very easy when it comes to Azure, because in Azure you can easily manage everything based on your application. Okay, I hope you guys understood about the SSO login. The code you can use it for your applications. Okay, the same code you just configure it, and you have to install two packages of reference like Ovin package. Where it is installed? Yeah, here Ovin security. If you install Ovin, it automatically comes in all the below listed packages as well. Okay, it's a part of Microsoft Ovin package. Okay, you can install it, and you have to change the configuration settings according to your requirements. Okay, if you are using it in your production environment, you will be having a different client ID and tenant ID. And if you are using it in test, you will be having different tenant ID, AID instance and everything. Because in companies or MNCs, they will be having a different tenant IDs. Like they have a different active directories to secure the applications. Okay. Thank you guys with for the uh, this SSO login thing. And next we'll move to Key Vault and benefits. Okay. You might be thinking, what is Key Vault? It's a wallet or something? Nothing like that. Okay. If you go to Key Vault, so you can see in the these are the important secret information which is visible to everyone, right? So in that case, what we are going to do, we are not going to keep the secret information in the configuration file. When it comes to Java, it's config file, here web config file. When it comes to Python, it's a different file. It depends on the language, you will be having a secret information where you will store it in the particular common file. It's a global file where you will keep the all the secret informations. So instead of keeping that, so we will be keeping it in our key vault, because key vault is a secured thing. So you cannot access it without authentication. And in the key vault, you can restrict IP address as well. So the particular IP can access the key vault, other IPs should not access. You can restrict, you can allow the IPs only the particular IP which you want it to access your key vault. Okay, when it goes to production, it will be very useful because whoever is logging in the batch security updates or anyone can see the secret information. Sample, you can take banking FTP settings or credit card FTP settings or insurance FTP settings or anything. If anyone sees, they can do they want whatever they want. In that case, your information will be leaked and you are not in the secured. Okay, in that case, what we are going to do, we are going to keep the all the secret informations in the key vault. It's a key pair value, same way how it works in the app settings. You can see it, right? If you are a .NET developer, you can easily realize, or if any programming language, if you know, just you can easily realize what it is. It's a key pair value like ID, whatever it is, the tenant ID, domain and everything will be stored in the key vault. See, this is the explanation which I gave. Azure Key Vault is a cloud service that provides a secure store for secrets. Okay, one can securely store passwords, key, connection strings. The main thing, your connection string, I forgot to tell you. So if you have a production database connection string, so you will be keeping it in your web config. If you go for ASP.NET Core, you will be keeping it in your app settings or JSON. So anyone can see, anyone can hack your applications, right? In that case, we can keep with the Key Vault. And advantage of the Azure Key Vault is you can have a secret management, key management, certificate management, hardware and security modules. HSM key, we used to call this as HSM keys. Okay, secret management is nothing but you are going to store your token IDs, passwords, certificates, API keys and other secrets in the key vaults. And then when you go to the key management, so you are going to store all the information as a key pair value. Certificate management, you might be keeping in the SSL, TSL, TLS certification in the key vault. You can store the certificate as well. HSM keys, you can store it. These are the benefits you are getting it from the key vault. Okay, let's see how to create the key vault in the Azure portal. Next is the Azure storage keys. So let's see, go to the portal. Okay, now I already have an app registration. For that, you have to create a, for when you are going to create the key vault, you are going to authenticate the key vault through Active Directory authentication. In that case, you have to create on app registration. Just I already have a test one. You might be seen in the some more minutes back, so you can check it if you want again. And then go to the authentication. No, not authentications. Certificate and secrets. Here you can authenticate using the key vault some certificates or using the client secrets code. That's a secret code will be created here. Just click on add and you can set the expiry date. It will be 1 year or 2 year. You want it never or anything, you can create it. You can create the name, test, description, you can add it, and you have to copy it the first thing, because if you close and if you open, you cannot create it. You can't create anything. Okay. So if you refresh this page, it automatically hides. You will not be having option copy, or you can, there is a only way you can delete it. There is no other options available here. Okay, you have to delete it. That is the only option you have. Otherwise, you have to create the new client secret. But you can create the n number of secrets, how much you want it. You can create test one also if you want, which is 1 year. So you can create it. The same way you can create many secret codes for your application. And for using this all secret, you can access the key vault. Because still now we didn't create the key vault. I'm going to create the key vault. Here I have already key vault. If you don't have it in your left side panel tab menu, so you can go to the all service and search for key vault. Just pin it in your panel. Okay, I'm just clicking on the key vaults and then create key vault. And you can see this is the way you can create the key vault. Okay, and important steps, you should have a resource group. And one of the main thing I didn't explain you guys. Okay, how you will create the thing. Subscription of first option, and then you will have a resource group. This will be useful when you are entering as a fresher into Azure Cloud. And then you will create the VM, and then you will create storage or virtual VNet, anything. And you can have the same thing for the resource group one. So under subscription, you might have different number of resource group. Under the resource group only, you can create the VM and everything. Without resource group, you can't even create a single resource of your virtual network or storage account. So you should have your resource group and subscription. Then only you can create the VMs and everything. Okay, I hope you guys understood. So if you want to create it earlier itself, you can go to the resource group option, you can create it. Okay, you can go to resource group and create it and you can come. Just click on create resource group RG01 and then Central US, next tags. Okay, tags is, sorry, I forgot to explain you. So this region is nothing but you are going to select which is nearest to you or location, because you are going to create your resources near to you. Because if I choose, I am from India, I might use Delhi, I might use Chennai, whichever is nearest me. Okay, I'm as of now I'm choosing Central US and I'm giving the name. This will be globally validated. If it is available, it will be ticked, otherwise it will not be ticked. And then next, tag name. If you are using for HR application, HR and admin. HR admin application, we are using it for. This is a key pair value where you can easily identify the resource group. It is used for the particular application or particular project or particular client based on your requirement. And then review and create. Okay, now I have the resource group with me. Now again I'm going to the keywords. I'm going to create the keyword here. Okay, click on add button and you can see the subscription. So if you have multiple subscription, you can choose from anyone. Okay, if you have 10 subscription, you can choose from the subscription select menu. And I'm choosing as of now, so I have only one which is with me. I'm just choosing it. In the same way, you can have a resource group as well, which I created in the resource group tab. And you can create it here also, but the best way to create it in the resource group only, because this is a process. when it come to exam, so they will ask for the steps also, how you will create the things. Then key vault name can be Kalanjiam. If it is available, it will come. Yeah, it's available. And then the location, here also you have to choose it. Resource group location only you choose it as a central US. But when it comes to here, you have to choose the location for your key vault as well. I'm choosing central, where is central US? Yeah, here is the central US. And then there are standard and premium include HSM packed keys. Okay, for that, if you go for pricing tier premium, you will be having HSM packed keys. So it will be more secure than other thing. I'm just choosing as a standard only. On soft delete, enable or disable. I'm just disabling it because I don't need soft delete here, because when you want to enable, so if you delete it, if you want, you can retrieve the information later period. That's the only advantage you having it. So I'm going to disable it because I don't have to pack it, because currently I'm creating it for test purpose, right? So I'm not keeping it. And the retention period also, you can mention it how many days you want it, so you can choose the how many days. And then purge protection is nothing but, so you might enable it because after 90 days automatically it will purge the data from the key vault. Okay, as of now I'm disabling it because it's not required for me. The next is access policy. Okay, I hope you guys understood what are the things I gave. This is just key vault name, region I gave, pricing tier I gave, and software list is required or not. Then next is access policy. In that, if you want to enable access to your virtual machine for deployment, Azure Resource Manager deployment, and disk encryption. So if you want, you can choose this option. By default, my ID will be having all the access because I created it in my ID. So here you can see key permissions. You can get, list, update, create, import, delete, recover, backup, restore. You have all the options available here. Same as secret permissions also, and certificate permissions as well. Okay, this is for your own ID, but when it go to the application, it does not work based on your ID. It should work on the based on your application. So that's the reason we created test tab in the Active Directory, right? We created in there little bit earlier. The same thing I'm going to add here. Click on Add Access Policy, and you can select. And I'm going to choose here Key and Secret Management because I'm going to keep the keys and secrets. Here permissions, whichever you want it, you can keep it. And then secret permission certificate, because I'm not using the certificate, I'm using the secret code. And select principal. Here you have to select the ID which you created. I am selecting test. Here you can see the which we created in the active directory, it will be listed here. Okay, you can select it from the drop down and select. And here authorization application, it's not selectable, it's a disabled one. And then click on add. You can see test. The same permission is set to the test application also. Now this test application using our client ID tenant ID also, we can access the application. Okay, then click on next is networking. You can add n number of, so if you want, you can add one more thing, key secret management, and then same thing, and you can add the which a user created A1. That user also you can add it. So now we have users 3 and application 1. Here itself it's categorized, right? Application and user. Okay, then click on next networking, and here in the networking there are multiple options available: public endpoint selected network, and private endpoint. I'm just choosing public endpoint all because I'm not going to use it as a secure thing. So I'm just going to, for training purpose, I'm using it. When it come to picture of organization, you will select private endpoint. When it come to your individual usage, so you can go for public endpoint selected network. As of now, I'm using public endpoint all networks. The next tags, so automatically comes. You can choose HR, admin, review. Here in the end of the tab you can see it. If anything you missed or anything, you will get the validation error. So you can go to the particular tab, it will be marked as a red color. So you can go to the particular tab and you can edit the particular information and can click on create. It takes few minutes, like 1 or 2 minutes, it will be get created. Now it got created. You can click on go to resources and you can see it. And one more thing, here you can see on the notification if you are deleting or anything, if it is successful or failure, click on the bell icon and you can see the notification and everything. Okay. And then you can see Kalanjiam vault.azure.com. So this will be your URL. And then directory ID, subscription ID and everything will be there. Here you have a secret information. Here you can import the information and click on generate manual. If you have a certificate, I think you can add it. And the name can be connection string. Connection string. The value, you can take some sample connection string. Connection string. You can use this connection string. Just a sample I'm using it. Just take it and you can keep the secret information. It will be as a dotted, and then you can see content type. If you are using JSON or XML, you can give the content type. Okay, and then activation date. If you want to activate this keyword in the later period, and you can set the activation date and the particular date when you want to activate this. And if you want to, in the latter period you want to expire after some time, you can set the expiry date as well. And I don't want anything now. And then enable. When you are creating, if you want to create it as a disabled mode, you can click on no and it will be created as a disabled mode. And if you want it yes, I'm just giving yes and then create. Now I created a one secret information in my key vault and click on go and see so secret value because it is visible to me because I am the owner for this key vault, so I can see all the informations here. Okay, and you can use it whenever you want it. So you can add a number of things and you can access it whenever you want it. Okay, this you can use the code and you can access it. Okay, I have the code with me. I have it in my desktop. So I have a key vault thing. I'm just dragging into my Visual Studio. I'm just stopping this application because it's not required for me. Here you are using tenant ID, app ID, app secret. App secret is nothing but which we took from our, oh, I left it that one. Okay, that secret information which I created in the test app, right? So we created in the Active Directory, right? That one which we created in the Azure Active Directory. Go to the Azure Active Directory. In the app registration, we created the secrets, right? Secret code, two codes. Okay, that code is a secret code. Key vault name is nothing but your Kalanjiam, which we gave the name, and app ID, tenant ID. This is more than enough. This is the code where you can give the secret information, nothing but if you pass the value to this method, this is a static method where you can pass the connection and you will get the value from the key vault. Okay, this code I will keep it in my GitHub and I will share it in the description, guys. Okay, you can use it for your organization purpose. And then key vault name will be replaced. So there are three methods available where you can use it in your applications. Okay, just few things. Okay, for that you have to use two NuGet packages. One is Microsoft Azure Key Vault. The next one is Microsoft Identity Model Client Active Directory. Because to authenticate the Key Vault, you need a Active Directory thing secret code. That's the reason we have Active Directory here and Key Vault and everything. Two NuGet packages we have to add for the Key Vault. Next thing, this is done. I'm going to delete this app registration because anyone can misuse my app registration, right? I'm going to delete the user as well because I'm not going to use this anymore. Delete user. That's it. Now I have only the person having access to this portal. That's it, right? So it is removed from the user access and app registration also. You can go to the Key Vault. You can delete the Key Vault as well. My ID by default having access and networking policies and access policies. You can, if you want, you can change it in the later period. Which you want to change it, you can change it in the change window. Okay. And if you want to provide the access to the particular person to the key vault also, here is option. You can go to the key vault of the access control IAM and you can provide the access to it. Okay. If you want to provide to the whole resource group and you can go click on the resource group and you can go to the access control IAM and you can provide the access to the only to the resource group. Same way it's applicable for all the services. You can go to the access control IAM and you can provide the access to the persons. Okay. The next thing we'll see about the storage accounts. Okay, I hope you guys understood very well about the key vault. Okay, if you have any doubts, just ping me in the chat window. I will let you know, guys, for the questions. Okay, answer for your questions. Okay, if anything is required or any doubts, just put it on the comment window and I will answer for your questions. Then we'll go for the Azure storage and types. About Azure storage. What is Azure storage? Okay, by the way, it's very high available. Okay, when you go for bulk images, bulk documents or videos or your documents, so where you will keep it? So if you are keeping it in your VM disk, so it will occupy the huge memory. So you might be having 100 GB of disk or 200, max might be you will be having 500 GB. But when you go to the VM, you will not having the 500 GB. You might max, you might have only 100 GB. In that case, what we are going to use, we have a storage account. It's very friendly and you can use it and you can store all the non-structured files and there are some segregations available. It categorized. Okay, we'll see in the later session and we'll see basic of the storage account. Azure Storage is a Microsoft managed cloud storage service that provides highly available, durable and scalable. Scalable is nothing but when you want to increase the size of your storage or when you want to decrease or you want to bring up or bring down anything you can do it in the storage account. So that's the reason we have storage account. And one more thing, there are managed and unmanaged. Okay, when you go to managed and unmanaged, managed will be which is provided by IIS, unmanaged will be you have to take care of your virtual disk that we is called as a unmanaged. Okay, here is the types of storage. Okay, file storage, blob storage, and queue storage, and table storage. Okay, we have four types of storage. Okay, first thing coming to your mind, why we need to use it? We can have big size of disk and you can store it, but in that case, you have to maintain all the security and all the vulnerabilities issues in the your disk. Okay, that's the reason everyone will prefer to go for Azure storage accounts. Okay, in that Azure storage account, you can create a file storage, blob storage, and queue storage, and table storage. There are four types available in the market. The first one is file storage. File storage is nothing but you can add this file storage as a shareable folder. Like you will have a map drive, right? So in our organization you might be having a knowledge transfer documents like KT documents, or you client data or client report or something. You'll have to keep it in your organization private, and it is access to the your particular team members. In that case you will go for file storage. It is not access using programming, it's only used through VMs and servers. And then if we having 100 VMs, we want to install the same software in the 100 VM, you no need to download in all the VMs. You can download it on VM and you can put it in the file storage, and you can access it in all the VMs. Like suppose you have a .NET developer, in that you might be installing Visual Studio, SQL Server, and FileZilla, some of the required software, right? If you have hundreds .NET developers, you no need to download in each and every machine, and you can use it. So you can put it in the file storage, and you can map it as a map drive in the VM, and you can use it. Okay, this way file storage works. And then blob, I will let you know guys how to kind map to your VM. There is a script available. Once you create your storage, I will show you the script which you want to execute. So the if you execute the script, you can automatically map the drive into your VMs. The next one is blob storage. Blob storage is the second storage which is used to store unstructured files and data. Like you might be having an XML file or JSON file or documents or PowerPoint, or it can be XLS, CSV, or any kind of document. If you store it in your VM, it will grow and grow. It will occupy more memory in your disk. So that's the reason we have a blob storage, where you will not set the size of your storage size. Okay, I will show you. There is a limitations available, but it's not like 100 GB or 200 GB. It's around 4.75 DP terabytes. Okay, up to you can store it the max. And there is a one more information you can store it in the blob, which is logs. Okay, in the application you might be logging the information about your current IP address, where the application is logged in, and who logged in, and what time logged in, and then any exception occurs. So in the catch block, you might need to catch it in the catch block. Okay, for that you can use blob. Blobs also there are different types. I will let you know in the later session what are the types available. Next is queue storage. Queue storage is nothing but your queuing. You might be aware about the MQ Explorer, which is IBM product, and the service bus kind of application where you can send the data from source to target application. Okay, you might be having 100 GB of data which you want to share with your vendor. You will share it via web API, or you can store it in the queue and you can share it. And you can set the expiry date as well to the queue storage. Queue storage is like if you're having XML data, you can put it in the XML text message, and you can set the retention days. Okay, if you want expire in 5 days, or after 5 days, it automatically deleted from the queue storage. In that way, you can easily handle the transfer of your data to vendor. And then table storage. Table storage is nothing but uh, it's a NoSQL data. Okay, you will be storing the values in key pair value like a property. Okay, where you can store the values like how we have it in app settings, like key pair value, like tenant ID information, client ID information, app application related URL, application related URL, all the things. The same way you can store it as a properties. But here also some things is that there is a limitations available. You can store at least I think 256 properties. Okay, beyond that you cannot store the properties in the table storage. Next, this is a blob storage. Here we have a few information about the blob storage, which is the word blob is an acronym which stands for the binary large object. Blob is nothing but binary large object. Okay. Okay. This storage, see, there are two types of tiers available: access tiers, hot access tier and cold access tier. Hot access tier, when you access the data frequently, suppose you are logging the information or you are uploading the files or you are creating the files or anything, if you are accessing frequently to the blob storage, you can choose the hot access tier. When it go to the cold, you will be using the data often, like 10 days once or 15 days once or monthly once you will access the data. Okay, because when it go to cold, you will be getting charged more. And then there are multiple types of blob storage available: blob, append blob and page blob. Blob where you can store the files and media files, like documents and everything, where you can store up to 4.7 dB terabytes of data out of the max, and it is scalable and it's very easy to handle it. And then when go to the append blob, and when it is a blob, right, you can delete, you can modify, you can add, and whatever you wanted you can do it in the blob. But when it go to the append blob, you can't update or you cannot delete the data from the append blob, because append blob is nothing but how you are appending the logs, right? So in the text file or log text files or any some kind of extension, you will write it your logs, right? One by one you will write the logs, right? It is we used to call the append. So this block is used for the logging kind of informations. Page blob. Page blob is nothing but where you will store the BHT files and server related backups, your database related backups kind of stuff in the page blobs. Okay, let me get into the storage account. Let's see how to create the storage account. Go to the Azure portal. I'm going to delete the Key Vault because it will be priced for me. I'm going to delete this. You can delete the resource group. It automatically delete the all the details, all the resources from the resource group. Okay, you just check and delete it. That's it. It automatically deletes the all the resources which is available in the resource group. Click on resource group. I'm going to create one more resource group here because I deleted the current resource group, right? Central US, next. Admin, next. Create. Now our resource group is ready. Next, I'm going to create the storage accounts. Here you can see the storage account. Otherwise, you can search it in the all services. You can find the storage account. Click on add. You can see find this because the first one is still showing because it's in the deletion process. It's not in the available process. So it's in the deletion process. So I'm choosing the second one, and the storage account name can be Kalanjia. Let's see whether it's available. It's available. Then create the, just select the region where you want to create it, the location. I created the resource group and storage account name and then central US, and then performance wise standard and premium. Okay, here you will get the standard disk and premium disk. Okay, standard hard disk and SSD and hard disk. Okay, when you go to the premium, you will get the SSD and you will be getting the SLA 99.9, because when if go to standard, so you will not get the support from the Microsoft like frequently. You will get it in the infrequently. And the version of the VM is a general purpose version 2. The replica, here is the important point where you have to check it: local redundant storage, zone redundant storage, geo redundant storage, read access, geo redundant storage. Okay, these are the categories where you want to replicate it. Okay, local redundant storage means so you will be using it in your local, and then zone redundant storage means ZRS, And geo redundant storage is globally you can access it. Zone redundant means the particular zone. Suppose India is a zone, so in the India itself you can use it. Apart from if you go and access in the US, it will not be accessible. Geo redundant storage is a globally you can access this anywhere. So if you created the storage account in US, so if you want to access it from India, you can access it. That way you can go to geo redundant storage. Read access, geo redundant storage. So only you can do the reading part in the read access. The next two are in the preview part. It's not yet in the practical session. So we'll have a geo redundant storage here, which we select here. And then I already told you like access tier, the cool and hot. Hot will be frequently accessed and cool will be infrequently accessed. The next one, networking. I want access from all the networks and public endpoint and private endpoint. When you go to the organization, you will choose the private endpoint. Next, if you want to transfer the data in secured way, you will choose the secured and blob soft delete if you want to enable it. Those soft delete, if you enable, you will be having a backup of your data. Suppose you deleted from your blob storage account, you want it recover it back. So you can enable it. So in that case, you can take the data and you can retain the data from the soft blob. So that's the reason to recover the data, you have to use the soft delete. Like when your database like soft delete and hard delete is there. Hard delete means you will remove the record from the table, and soft delete means you will be inactive the record. Some status you will keep it, so inactive records and active records you will keep it. And I'm not going to choose enable now because I don't want it right now. Next, tags and review and create and create it. Let's wait for a few minutes so it will get created. If you have any questions, just ping me on the window. Now storage has been created. You can go just click on the deploy segment. You can click on go to resource. You can go. Otherwise, you can go to the storage account and you can see the your storage account. Because sometimes caching issue, you can put Control F5. You can see the your storage account. It's taking more time. Source group. Yeah, now it's available. It's taking bit time to list the storage account here. Again, you can go to the storage account and you can see it here. See here. So you have a container. Container is nothing but this is a overview window. Sorry guys, I'm getting into the topic. So here's opening the window, overview of the window. Here is the Open Explorer where you can access the Storage Explorer using Windows application. You can go the click on the you can download and you can download it for the different OS versions, Mac or Linux, Linux or which type of OS you are using. You can download it and it's just a next navigation. It's not a big deal to install, and I have it already with me. I think I already have it. I'm just typing on it. Storage Explorer. Yeah, I have it in mine. And here is the storage accounts. Here it's automatically showing to me because it's logged in with my subscription. So if you don't have subscription, right click, connect, you will be having a keys. Okay, so using connection string or you can using the keys account and account name and key, and you can access the storage explorer. I will show you where you will get the connection string and or you will get the account name or key. Okay, and you can see the blob storage, file storage, queue storage, and everything in the under the Collegium storage account. Now I will go to the portal and I will show you how to create the or how to get the access keys. Here is the access key. In the left side in the overview, you can see the access key. This is the account name. So here you have a clipboard, just copy it and right click on a storage account, connect storage, and you have the option storage account name and key. Next, account name. Key will be, there are two type of keys available. One is primary and secondary. Primary will be used as a primary, like we can use it for our application. Secondary will be backup, but this key we cannot restrict it. So if you want to read access, if you want to write access, if you want to restrict, so you can't do it here. Okay, you have to restrict in different key. There is a one more key available, SAD access signature key, which is available here. I will let you know how to do that one. And then I have a key here. Otherwise, you can copy this connection string also, you can access it. I have a key here. I'm going to have the account name as display name as a Collegium. Next, connect. Now it is connected here. File and everything. Okay. Now I will show you SAD access means for this is a connection string, like how you have a connection string for your database connection string. The same way you have a connection string here. Then SAD access signature key. Here is the option where you can restrict the access. So block, service, read, write, delete. Which one you want, you can untick it. If you don't want to list or add anything, you can untick. Now the to the permission of the key having allow permissions, read, write, delete. Not the access key. So we are going to create one more key here. I will show you how to create that one. And the start date will be here and end date will be here. So you can set the expiry date as well. And the region, the timing which you want to select it. And then if you want to allow this blob storage in the particular IP address also, you can restrict it here. And you want to allow the protocols like HTTPS or HTTP, you can select any of the things. If you want, just click on string, so you will be getting a connection string here. So SAD access signature will be with restriction, access key is superadmin. Okay, two things is available. Okay, I will go to the overview and see the primary and secondary. Actually, for storage account, you by default you will be having a replica which is name called replication, geo replication. You can click on the geo replication, you can see which is nearest place to your central US. It will be replicate here. Okay, prepare for failure preview. So it will, if you click on it, so you can see the preparation for your failure. Now go to the overview. This if you want to change the location also, you can change it later period. And then subscription ID, everything will be there, and replication, access tier, account, and everything will be listed here. And then container, I will add a container. Here also you can restrict the private and public access. I'm just going to select blob because it will be accessed anywhere in the internet. The container name can be anything. Collegium I'm providing. Create. Okay, this is a container. Once you create here, you can go and check in the Explorer. You can see it here also. Refresh it and expand the blob storage. Click on the Collegium. This is the container which we is called as a blob. Here you can upload the files. This Windows application will help you to administrate your storage account. This is for just administration purpose, not for your development purpose. Development purpose also you can use it, just want to see it, right? So that's purpose also you can use it. So file share also, you can create the blob storage here also. Just create blob and test. It should not be uppercase letters, it should be everything is a lowercase. Now it's created. That's it. Here also you can create the containers. But you cannot create the storage account, but you can create the containers if you have access. Okay, that also is mandatory, right? And you can upload the files here. I will upload some image file from my desktop. I will upload this image, upload it. It's uploaded. Copy URL and it's uploaded now. See, the type is block blob. For image and everything, it will be block blob. When it go to the append blob, it will be, you can use it for nlog or log4net. I have a sample code with me. I will show you how to add that one. And this copy the URL and put it in the browser. You can access the data. Now you see it in the browser. I can see I can access very well in outside of the URL itself. Because having it in server, it's very too difficult to manage, right? Keeping the files, PDF files, and then image files and HTML files, CSS and all, you can keep it in the storage and you can access it frequently using the URL. In that way, you can reduce the application server performance. Okay, it will reduce your application server performance issues, sorry. It will reduce the application for a server performance issues because it will increase because the load will not go to the server, it will go to the blob storage. Okay, this way which works, our block storage works. So for that I have the code with me for blob. Not this one. I will go to my API. I will open my API here. This is my .NET Core API which I developed for me. So here you have a blob controller, for queue controller, table controller. For each and everything you have a thing. Let me run this application. See, Kalanjam Azure live session. This is my thing. And you can see it get. You will get the string. Okay, if you want to retrieve the, if you uploaded CSV or JSON, only you want the content of the file, you can read it through this method. And then if you want to get the file, so if you want to download the file or if you want to download as a stream, you can use the get file. And if you want to upload, you can upload to the blob. You can want to delete, you can delete it from blob. Okay, the same way add, queue, delete, table also we have all the three. But for file share we don't have anything because file share is a mostly used in the VM map drive. I will share this code in the later session, so I will put it in the description with my GitHub account. Okay, so that you can read this code and you can use it for your development purpose. And then here I have an nlog where I used for appending the logs. Okay, only you have to restore the connection string. So you have to get the connection string from here access keys and just copy this connection string and only you have to change this. That's it. It automatically create the logs to the container. Container name also you have to change it. My container name is Kalangium, right? It's Kalangium. You have to provide the Kalangium. Only two things you have to change it. The connection string and then container name you have to change it. Once if you change, so it automatically append the logs into the blob. Okay, I have a few methods and client how to create the connection string. So connection string for storage you have to provide here because I'm not reading from the app settings.json. So for create queue and everything I have the methods here. You can see it and you have to add the package of it what it is like Windows Azure storage. on nlog. You have to add these two packages for the C# development. Same way it will be available for Java, Python. It can be for any development thing. Okay, you can use it that way. Okay, I will share this code with via GitHub. So I will put it in my description and you can access it. An overview. Next is file store. But when you create the container, right, you are not going to specify the size of the container because it you can max up to store 4.7 terabytes. After that, it automatically give the memory exception. Okay, up to, but we are not going to store up to 4.7 dp terabytes because we don't know that much data. But some organization might be having the data. It riskable, so just check it. But we have many benefits which is available in the blob storage. There is a CDN available, but I don't have the topic here. I will let you know in the later session, or I will post one more session for the CDN and other services. Okay, CDN is nothing but you can configure with blob storage and you can access in faster manner. Like it's a syncing process. We have it in the CDN. Okay, then file share. In the file share, you have to provide the size of the file thing. I'm going to create the 10 GB of thing, and then you can create in the GB level only, not in the terabytes level. Kalanjam, I have the file share account. Now you can just click on it. It automatically get into the Kalanjam. You can connect and you can see this is a script where you have to run it in the PowerShell. Just copy it and run it in your PowerShell, and this script will work in the server edition only, not in your Windows 10 or other editions. It will work in the only server edition, and this is going to be mapped as a Z drive. Okay, not as a other drives. Okay, it is going to map as a Z drive. So here see. For other OS also you have a thing, Mac. Okay, for Linux you will be facing issues with this script. I have my own script with me. I will put it in my GitHub. This all the documents in the GitHub, so you can take it and you can use it. And you can upload files also. From here also you can upload the files. Any software you want it, you can upload it. Anything you want it, you can upload it. So I'm going to add this exe. I can add it, upload it. It's a 3 MB. Okay, it can be uploadable. Exe file. You want the file, any image file also you can upload it. So some remote desktop manager, or if you want any other file also you can upload it. So this file if you want it, you can upload it. But this is only shareable in the VM as a shared drive, not as a other drive. Okay, it's added as a shared drive. This way it works. And you can add the directory as well if you want, like sample directory. You can create the sample directory, and then inside it's like a folder directory. So inside you can add the files as well. Okay, same way you can do it in the blob storage as well. You can create the directory and you can use it. Table storage. When come to table storage, it's like a NoSQL data, structured data where you can store it here. Okay, structured data. Structured, non-structured, now NoSQL data. NoSQL data means you will be having a keeper value kind of property, like how you have it in the JSON. Same way you will have it, and you can store it. And by clicking on the table, you can add the table like customer. When it comes to the customer table, and now because here it's not possible to see anything, but when you go to the Explorer, right click and refresh it, you can see it in the table storage, customer. You can add a entity partition key, row key, how you have it in SQL, right? You have a primary key and foreign key. The same way you have here partition key and row key. Okay, might be customer ID will be a row key and customer type will be IT. and you can add properties, and you have a here data types, but by default partition key row key will be considered as a string, and then here you can just a string customer ID, one add property customer type IT. See 250k character size, so you can add up to 255 characters only. If you go beyond that, so you will be getting errors. And name Kalanjiyam and insert a record. So it's automatically timestamp will by default it will come. So one of the advantage here it is whenever you add a new property, suppose if you are adding a customer city here, it automatically adds. So you don't need to alter or you don't need to do anything with the table kind of like when you go for SQL table, you have to alter the script and you have to get the database administration permission and everything, right? So here it's not required. Okay. This way table works. The same way queue also is there. Queue, create queue, just add message. It should be small name, it should be lowercase, it should not be uppercase, and add a message. Suppose you have a hello world also, you can add it. I'm adding hello Kalanjiyam. And then returns in the expression 7 days, hours also 7 minutes. Max is I think days. So you can add it how much days you want it to expire, so you can do it. And you want it hours also, you can check it. It automatically it will be deleted. And then DQ, delete queue, clear queue. Clear queue will delete all the queue message from here. DQ will delete only the particular queue which you selected here. So if first I'm given DQ, so it will automatically DQ the particular thing. It's automatically DQ it. So it's automatically went. Clear queue means it whatever the message is available in your queue, everything will be cleared from the queue storage. Okay, this way queue storage works. So same thing I explained here. See, Azure Stable Storage Service stores large amounts of structured data in key value format, and it's a NoSQL data store. It contains tables, entities, properties. That is what I mentioned, right? And then it contains 252 properties. The max, I said actually 256. It's 252 properties you can store it. I mean, it is non-relational database. It's not a relational database like a Cosmo and MongoDB. Okay, and the properties here is the few properties available like data types, GUID, bytes, integer, uh, full, long, date time, string, double. These are the few data types which is available in our NoSQL Azure table storage. And then file share. This is SMB protocol one. So the 5 GB total capacity of file share, unlimited number of files you can share it. Okay, that's it. Next is SQL database creation and migration assistant tool. I'm deleting the storage account as well because it will be charged for me. Just delete it, selecting the to paste it, and you can select it, delete it. That's it. Don't delete it in your organization, then you will be in trouble. RG01 and go to the central US next tags. I'm just leaving it as an optional field. Tags I'm just leaving it as it is. Okay. Now in my local, I already have a database with me. If you don't have a laptop, you just go on search it here, Northwind, GitHub. That's it. So you will get the script from the GitHub database where you can take the backup. Here is the SQL zip available. You can download it and you can store it in your here in your SQL. So I'm just connecting my here because I already have a database with me with Northwind. Okay, here you can take it. There are some multiple database also available in the github.com. You can download it from the GitHub website. 1 minute, let me take water. Okay, now I have a Northwind database with me. If you don't have, I just shown you like where you can download the Northwind database. And here I'm going to create the SQL database here. If you want the deep thing, so I have another video for SQL migration. Okay, you can see that also. And here is the SQL instance where you can add the SQL database. Click on add. Here you will have SQL database. If you are down here, like go to the all services and select the service. And resource group, I want it region 1. And the database name can be anything. I'm going to keep it as a Kalangium. Server I don't have currently, so I'm going to create the server here. Kalangium. If it is applicable, so if it is available, it will show here. Password here I'm going to create as a Kalangium as a username, and password will be, I know, I will not tell guys, don't worry. Admin the location I can check it anywhere where I want it. Okay, and you can see the elastic pool. There's an option, one more option available, elastic pool, where you can use it in the production server. This elastic pool will give you the virtual memory of your SQL database. So whenever any connections or anything established automatically, if it is not destroyed with the server level, it automatically destroys and it will give the convenient memory to our application. And then I'm going to give no, and then compute services, if you want, you can change it by click on the configure. I'm not going to change anything as of now. And click on next networking. I want public endpoint. You want to allow the access to the Azure services? Yes. I want to add the current IP address, because if I add the IP address only, I can connect in my local. If you select this, it automatically adds into firewall. Next, additional settings. Next, review and create. Let's wait for the moment so it will get create. Meanwhile, we'll download the data migration assistant tool. Okay, where we have to download it. It's an open source which is offered by Azure, where you can migrate the data from SQL to your cloud. Okay, just type on SQL migration assistant tool. Okay, SQL server migration assistant tool. So if you go here, you can click on the link assistant tool. Okay, for access DB2, MySQL, Oracle, for all the things it's available. Okay, you can download it and you can use it. But I wanted it for SQL Server, right? So there's a different link available here. Download MySQL Server Migration Assistant. Here you can download. It's came with a different version. Data Migration Assistant. Click on here. click on Data Migration Assistant service here. Data Migration Assistant. Sorry, I have sent the link here. Download Data Migration Assistant 2.5. This is the latest version which is available where you can migrate your SQL database. Just download it and install it. Just a next thing. Okay. I already have it in my machine, Migration Data Assistant tool, which I'm going to use it for. This is asking me to update the latest version. I don't want because I have the old version, just one version different. That's it. It's not going to make any big deal, and it's just 50 MB, I believe. If you can click on it, so it won't take much time. So I'm canceling it. It is not required for me because I already have it with me. Okay, now the server is ready. Okay, this is a database where we created a SQL instance, and then copy it. This is the thing. I want to connect it in my local, right? So you can connect it in your local also. Just put the Kalanjiam Windows.net and then Windows authentication, SQL Server authentication. The password should be the username should be Kalanjiam. The password should be which I gave. Now I can see it will connect to my local as well. This is my cloud database and the above one is my local database. It's an on-premises kind of thing. Okay, then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to migrate my local to cloud. Okay, this is the tool where you can migrate it and click on plus and migration and test. You have a SQL server and target as a SQL server database, and then you want to schema on data or you want schema only or you want only data, whichever you want it, you can search it and create. And here you are going to select the local server of your thing. I'm just selecting as it is. I'm removing the encryption and all. Just connect, and here your database will be listed here, and then next, and then you have to select here Kalanjiam, which I selected here, and then SQL Server authentication and the username and then password. It should not be encrypted one. Then connect. By default, the database will be listed here Kalanjiam, which we created while creating the database, and then next. We have to wait for it, let it connect, and then you can see the opportunities here and apply all changes. If you want to, it will give the warnings of your database creation, cloud movement, and then generate script. And click on deploy schema. It automatically deploy. You have to wait for a few minutes. It automatically deploy into our database. I can see there is a question asked for every new user license is required. It's not required. And now the scripted schema is migrated. Now I'm going to migrate the data. Click on migrate data, start data migration till migrate all your data into cloud. It takes few minutes to migrate the data. Okay, now we are completed with the migration. Now you can go and see the database, expand the database and tables. And the same tables which is available in the local, it's migrated to cloud. This way you can migrate your SQL Server database to your local to your cloud migration. Okay, okay, thanks. And this one is completed. We'll go for the next one. Azure RedisCache. Azure RedisCache is nothing but caching mechanism where you can store your caching information. How you are storing your, like now currently we will use store the caching in the browser, right? So in the programming you will store the information into cache, right? The same way with authentication we are going to store it in the Azure Redis Cache. Okay, in the Redis Cache you have a multiple options where you can compress the data and you can take this backup of it, and whenever the any issues or recovery things comes disaster, so you can recover it as well. Okay, for that we have a Redis Azure Redis Cache. This is for VM level or network level or your data level also you can do it. See, this is a basic and standard plans available. So one of the cache service offering from Microsoft Azure based on the popular open source Redis cache. It allows user to have the best both the worlds, rich features ecosystem, Redis plus reliable hosting and monitoring from Microsoft. And then we have a basic and standard. And we have a RDP which is applicable for only for premium, not for the standard and basic. In this you can take the backups, snapshot, and you can enhance your security and all those stuff. When it goes to standard and basic, you don't have the option, and you have the clustered option available in the premium Redis cache. And RDP AOF option of the RDP is Redis database, and AOF is upon only file persistence. These are the few benefits you will be getting in high performance, support variety of programming languages, Redis authentication, high available monitoring, these things available. It supports the multiple language called C, C Sharp, Java, PHP, VCL, Fancy, IoT, and Lava, Parallel, Go language, Scala, MATLAB, Python for these languages, and SendGrid. So SendGrid is a serverless uh, mailing server where which is available. It's around you will get 50,000 emails per month, or sorry, per year. So you can send the emails. So automatically send the email. It kind of dashboard where we'll have it in the our portal. Okay, it automatically send the receipts and purchases confirmation to the customer, administration distribution lists, and collecting real-time metrics for the things like blocked email, customer engagement, forwarding customer inquiries, processing incoming emails, and everything it will do in the Azure SendGrid. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will be keeping this document with along with that codes in the GitHub repo. You can use it. I will share the link in the description. If you have any doubts on the session, please let us know in the comment section. I will be posting more videos in detailed way because I know the live session will not be very quality and you might not be getting the quality content. You will be getting like medium quality of content. But when I post the real videos, you will be getting more things. I will be sharing it in our Facebook groups. So you can follow me on the Facebook groups or you can subscribe my channel and you can do all the things. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks guys.